transition Pittsburgh here in Pittsburgh, which is what I'm calling Pittsburgh now. I'm on the first ever urban chicken coop tour, and so we're at the first house here in Squirrel Hill, and I'm gonna show around a little bit. So here's the beautiful garden they have. These are the folks that live here. Would you like to say anything about your garden or your chickens?
Well, the garden, we have a lot of native. Mostly that's all native flowers up there, and in here it's all native.
Beautiful.
I was returning my cup
thank you.
to the very nice person there who dispensed the lemonade.
And the kids have fun with the chickens.
Beautiful.
They like to, feed them and play with them, and chickens run around the yard here.
Wonderful.
Fun. Kind of teaches them sort of the idea of where your food comes from.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they love them though. They're like pets now, right, Adam?
Have you named any of the chickens?
Sunny, Dolly, and
Munchkin.
I see. Cool. Well, I'm gonna go peek over at the chickens, so thank you.
You're welcome.
So we've been biking around. This is the first house on the tour, but we're gonna go all over Pittsburgh and visit all these different chicken coops.
That's the worst of it.
So here's the first one.
If you're insulating the whole thing and creating a sealed system, basically.
Do 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 do.
Right, exactly. We don't, no. But they literally live right out here. We insulate the outside of the coop all the way around, and they were really, really happy this winter. There was no issues at all. It was really cold, yeah.
Now, did you clip the wings?
Oh, thanks.
Did you clip them?
We do clip the wings. It's once again, it's like cutting your fingernails. It doesn't hurt them. It is a bit of a struggle, so it's one of those things. Two people, and I'm not experienced at doing it either. So
How often do you have to do that?
we've done it once. Yeah, you just do it once when they're a little bit older and they're fine. But we also have the netting and stuff here, so they really, they're not going anywhere. We let them out in the yard and run around every once in a while when we're here, but the reason why we have this netting, and you'll notice the fencing is pretty intense. It goes down 2 feet into the ground we've got gravel down there. And actually at the same time that I did that, we worked with the watershed group here we took our downspouts out and put them into, basically it's a French drain if you think about it. It's a glorified French drain. So it slows down the water before it gets to the stream, which is kind of nice. We also have 2 water barrels, rain barrels around the house. Those are ones that we couldn't just let run free because it would be a problem. We use the water from that for the garden and stuff like that as well. Once again, everything that we're trying to do is cyclical here, and constantly reinforcing the message to our kids, and just it produces better, sustainable food for us, which is kind of nice.
Do you have any problem with predators trying to get in?
We do. So we're right next to the woods here. We have foxes, raccoons, weasels. You've heard this already.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This is like, I have to say, I thought maybe 12 people would come on this tour, so I'm really psyched to see. We've had a lot of people. I know, we've had a whole lot of people come through, which is great. So predators are a huge problem, and obviously we live right next to the woods here. So we have a red fox family that lives right up the hill here. We hear them at night, and that's why I have this fencing 2 feet down, and that keeps them out, and we haven't had any problems with dogs or foxes or any of that stuff. We have had problems with raccoons. Raccoons are incredibly like crafty, and they'll get into anything they can. So that's where, if you see the white ties and the around the netting overhead, that was a 4 o'clock in the morning job that I did after a raccoon got in. It actually attacked the chickens. It got mouthfuls of they're chasing little bugs around, which is great. They are bug predators. They take everything: stink bugs, mosquitoes. It's why we let them, and grubs in your grass. And so it's why we let them around the yard. They're fantastic for that. Anyway, the raccoons are really good at getting in, and you basically have to have a sealed fence area to keep the raccoons out. It's why a lot of people actually, instead of going with a run like this, they go with a larger size of the coop, because the coop is much easier to sort of maintain.
Yeah, I was thinking something a little bit larger than that.
He has a run, but I think of his as well.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hi. This is an egg that was, it's now about 25 minutes old.
Yeah,
It's still a little bit warm, but it's not quite hot, but you know.
Not wet.
Yeah, and not wet, yes. It dries out.
May I feel that?
Oh yeah, please, feel free.
Thank you.
No problem.
Wow, this is a
I'm Josh.
fresh, warm egg.
Nice to meet you. Excellent.
Once again, this is the first ever urban chicken coop tour here in Pittsburgh.
Oh, you do? Oh, great.
So have a wonderful day. Check out transitionpgh.org.
Yep.
And you can have chickens in the city.
Find out which one is named Munchkin.
Oh, one of them is named Munchkin. We should figure that out.
I think this gentleman here would know.
Which
one is Munchkin?
Is great, and we don't have one, so I would suggest
The dark one.
That is pretty smart.
that comes out of the coop.
See you later, Munchkin.
Exactly.
Thank you for showing us around, Adam.
The other houses on the tour.
First of all, you need a chicken and a sharp pair of scissors. We always clip the left wing of the bird because they're naturally heavier on the left hand side, because that's the side that their functional ovary is on, and also their crop. You just clip the one wing so that it unbalances them and means they can't fly. As you can see in the photo, you want to cut the first 10 or so primary feathers along the line of shorter feathers covering them, up to the gap where the secondary feathers start. You need to stretch out the left wing, and you might find it easier to ask someone to help hold the chicken or hold out the wing for you. You then just cut the primary feathers along the line of the smaller top feathers up to the gap where the secondary feathers start. Once again, just cutting the primary feathers along the shorter ones up to the gap where the secondary feathers start.